Well, welcome to another video. I wanted to do an update on this truck that we had brought in for quite some time, and we were waiting on one or two different parts. They finally came in, and we had been working on it. Didn't do any updates on it or any information, but I wanted to do it now and show some of the things. So here is the side of this truck. It's obviously still not done. There's quite a bit to do, but we have a total of 7 panels that get welded on here, and there's this here is the weld through primer, but also there is a weld on bond that GM recommends that we utilize. It goes on gray. It's a 2-part system, and then it comes out, and once it seals up, it's primer, turns purple. But also you can utilize your resistance welder on it here, and pretty cool. Eddie's got his 3 little steps here so he can work on it and get up on the frame machine here and see all of the back side of it and all the welds in the floor that had to be repaired. And then it comes up and around and then into the roof. Now the other panel is over here, and that one is prepped. You gotta be careful getting down here. Well, maybe it's not prepped yet. Some of it is. But this is the whole outer side. Aperture is what they're called. That will go on this whole side here of the truck. So how do we do this? Well, it's pretty interesting. And a lot of this, he gets all of his papers that get printed out. We have a couple different programs. One is CCC, another is ALLDATA, and then there's another source that we have. And of course we have the manufacturer's resources. And then of course we have this Blackhawk system here that gives him all of his alignments, as well as this here. So all of his papers for the correct procedures, installing each and every different panel. Like I said, there's 7 panels, but 6 inner panels that went on here. And these papers that we get from GM, and along with our system that has the information on it. This is called actually CCC. It tells us everything that we have to do in this procedure. But this is just the original estimate, and then we have a paper or a printout for the guides on how we do things. It even includes the metal bond and the type that we have to use, where it goes, and what we can weld and not weld, and of course all the measurements that we are supposed to have. So there's quite a bit into this. It's I hate to say this, but as Eddie just mentioned, it's not hard when you have all the procedures and the resources that tell you how to bond, how to use your welder, which panel goes on first, including, like in here, you don't just weld that outer panel to the outside. It gives you the procedure on which panel overlaps and which one doesn't. Also, it tells you where you can tie in. So like this backside panel that's underneath, it runs all the way across, and it tells you where you can section this panel at. Now this panel here is a hardened steel, and so this B-pillar, you cannot section it. So all these procedures will give us the information on where you can section, what you can even section, and what you cannot section. And when we talk about sectioning, what I'm referring to is where you can cut into another panel and splice them together. So, with this hardened strength steel, it's my understanding that you cannot section into them. You have to put the entire panel on new from the manufacturer. So of course he's got this on the frame rack. He's got different types of welders that he uses, and He just follows his guidelines and his procedures on each and every panel and puts it together. Eddie informed me that he's going to now take the big aperture panel here and he's going to fit it on here and do what he calls his dry fit. So he'll make sure all of his measurements are accurate, the doors are going to fit perfect, and then after that he will take it back off. He will put his bond or glue on it, or what is it called, bond panel or panel bond onto it, and then he will put the whole aperture across onto it and it'll sit there. So aside from just the welding, there's also some bonding that they use. It's like a panel bond, yeah, metal panel bond. I just showed you that. So it shows you what you can do, the manufacturer's part numbers for the steel panels, and which one you need, what type of bond you need for each and every steel. So this is just some very helpful information and resources. A lot of body shops should be utilizing this. I'm sure, you know, they do. At least I hope they do. But this is how we ensure that the repairs are done correctly. And then of course we secure all this stuff at the end with our file so that we know exactly how the procedure was done and that it was done correctly. And then of course any printouts that we may have from our frame machine will print out the before and after on the measurements. So there is quite a bit that goes into this. It's pretty interesting, but again, it's a product or a process that we have to follow, and they make sure that things are done correctly. So it's a lot of fun. It's cool watching this stuff being built. And what I'll do is get some photographs of this or some video of it when it's all said and done. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you find this useful. If you have any comments, please, you know, give me some feedback. Let me know if this is the content that you like. Also, if you have not, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, hit the like button, or hit it anyway, and that's about it. So, thanks much. Looks like he's getting his vice grips ready here, so he's going to start clamping that on, clamping it into place. Thanks again, and I wish you all a great day.